Analysis from our partners at the Austin American-Statesman found Austin ISD officers rarely get physical with students. But when they do, Black and brown students are the ones impacted the most. KVUE's Madi Salazar introduces us to Statesman reporter Sarah Ash.
Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. Can you tell us about the analysis you did about Austin ISD police officers and their use of force incidents?
The Austin School District's internal police department keeps track of use of force incidents every year. Austin School Police use force a very small percentage of the time compared to the total number of interactions they have with people, but when they do, that force is disproportionately used on Black and Hispanic students. For example, in 2019, Black students only made up about 7% of the district population, but over 27% of use of force incidents that year were involved a person who was Black.
What have advocates against school policing argued?
Well, I interviewed folks with Texas Appleseed, which is a nonprofit. They had a number of reasons that they thought this might be happening. Those included just kind of the general negative stereotypes that exist in our culture and our society about Black people, and especially Black men. One of them pointed out kind of being seen as maybe more unruly or combative.
In your article, it also says that AISD officials are saying that these numbers are showing only one side. Can you explain what they meant by that?
The definition of use of force is rather broad, or they would say it's rather broad. It includes any time an officer puts their hands on a student. The department says that officers are most often responding to situations that are kind of already in progress, and that metric isn't included in the data, like what was going on. The system that the department has used to gather that data over the past 5 years that I was looking at, they say is, flawed. That system is set to be upgraded this year, so they're hoping that in the future they'll have a little bit more information on this front going forward.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll send it back to you in the studio.